Alright, I got tired of typing because there were so many steps, and I wanted to make sure, because you did say you're not very tech savvy, or I forgot what you said. So I just wanted to make sure you got everything right, and the video would probably be the best way. Um, Number one thing that we need to do first, make sure your device is rooted. And if you're using a 2.1 firmware, download the app called Universal and Root. That's only if you haven't rooted it yet. So it's exactly how I say it: Universal space AND root. And after you root your device, then we can proceed to other stuff. Now we also need to determine if you're using the stock SD card. That's about 2 gigabytes. If you use that, then we can proceed as well. If not, just message me and we'll do things a little bit differently. And do back up. If you need any files from the SD card, do back it up. But you don't need to back up anything from your phone because we're not going to touch it. Just the SD card basically. And after that we go to, well, you need to download a program called Mini Tool Partition Wizard Home Edition. This is free and you can Google it. And after you download and install that, just open the program and make sure your SD card is plugged in. And then you're gonna have this selections. I've got a couple of drives, so it may not look the same, but you look for the one that is your SD card. So if you have an SD card reader, hopefully, or else it's all for nothing. And look for the disk. If I plug it in, it would be disk 4. It's usually the last disk. The capacity is only 1.8 gigabytes, so we won't miss it. So if you, let's say you've done it, just for example, this disk 2 is your SD card, okay? What you need to do is, sorry, I'm just going to make sure I don't mess anything up with my system. What you need to do once it is plugged in, and by default, the file system for your SD card should be FAT for if it was the default one. And you click this, let's say this is yours, so you click it and you press delete. Nothing's going to happen yet until I press apply, so this is fine. You press delete and then you press create. And this is the only thing you need to change. Make sure the create as is set to primary. And the file system, this will be, if you're using a 2 gig card, yeah, just follow the steps. Use the fat one, FAT, not FAT32, but use the FAT. And the drive letter cluster size, just cluster size, leave it by default. Drive letter is not important. Partition label not important. And alright, here's where we toggle it. And if you're using the 2 gig SD card, basically this partition will be the one which will act like a normal SD card. So this is where you save your pictures, whatever, your music, stuff like that. So you want to make this one the bigger one, bigger partition. So let's say put your partition size. I recommend using maybe 1.5 gigs of space for the FAT format. So this will be SD cards of around 1.5, 1.4 gigs. And you could just type it here, 1,500 megabytes, or just size and location, toggle the bar here, and then press OK. And then you will, after you do that, it will be here. So you're going to have another unallocated space, and you press create again. Now this will be where you will save your apps, so it doesn't need to be very big. And you can't use this space, I think. I've never tried to anyways, for saving pictures or whatever, unless you have a file explorer. So you go to create as and make sure it's primary as well. Cluster size default, and file system is ext2. And the partition size, whatever's remaining. So all of it basically. So 300, 400 megabytes worth. and then press OK. So you will have, if this was your SD card, you will have a FAT and a FAT32, FAT and an ext2, and just click apply, which I'm not gonna do because I'm gonna F up my system. And then after that, just quit the program. Your SD card should be ready, and you plug it in. Let me know if you have any problems. I am going to be online for a while, so just send me WIMs or post a reply, and I'll send you the link to this video. Alright.